Hello everyone, and welcome back to Body Revival. I'm so glad you're here, and I want to extend a huge thank you to all of you who have been following our channel. Your support truly means the world to us, and it motivates us to keep bringing you valuable health information that can genuinely make a difference in your lives. If you haven't already, please do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button right now, and make sure to turn on those notification bells so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. We're constantly working to provide you with insights and practical tips that can transform your well-being, and trust me, you won't want to miss what we have in store. Today, we're diving into a topic that is absolutely critical for so many people around the globe, a subject that has profound implications for our overall health and daily quality of life: blood sugar management. Specifically, we're going to talk about a remarkably simple 2-minute trick you can do before meals that has the potential to significantly lower your blood sugar instantly. Now, that might sound almost too good to be true, doesn't it? A quick trick that can impact something as fundamental as your blood sugar levels. But I assure you, the science behind this is compelling, and the benefits are real. This isn't just about managing a chronic condition for those who have diabetes, it's about preventative health for everyone. Understanding how to keep your blood sugar in check is vital, because elevated blood sugar, even if it's not at diabetic levels, can silently wreak havoc on your body over time. It can contribute to a host of health issues, from energy crashes and mood swings to more serious long-term complications like heart disease, nerve damage, and kidney problems. The statistics are quite startling. Did you know that according to the International Diabetes Federation, globally, approximately 537 million adults, which is about 1 in 10, are living with diabetes? And even more concerning, nearly half of them are undiagnosed. Beyond that, there are millions more who are in a state of pre-diabetes, meaning their blood sugar levels are higher than normal, but not yet high enough to be classified as type 2 diabetes. This pre-diabetic stage is a critical window of opportunity, a chance to intervene and prevent the progression to full-blown diabetes. Even for those who don't have diabetes or pre-diabetes, managing blood sugar is crucial for sustained energy, mental clarity, and preventing the inflammatory processes that contribute to so many modern ailments. So, this isn't just a niche topic for a select few. It's a public health imperative that affects millions of people every single day, whether they realize it or not. The impact on daily life is enormous. Think about the fatigue after a meal, the brain fog, the inexplicable cravings, the mood fluctuations. Many of these seemingly minor annoyances can often be traced back to unstable blood sugar. Imagine having more consistent energy throughout the day, sharper focus, and a more stable mood. That's the power of good blood sugar control. This simple trick we're about to unveil can be a game changer, not just for your numbers, but for how you feel on a daily basis. It's a testament to how small, consistent actions can lead to monumental improvements in health. Let's dive deeper into some of the key indicators or symptoms that often signal that your blood sugar might be out of balance, even if you haven't been diagnosed with diabetes. Recognizing these signs early is paramount because, as with so many health conditions, early detection and intervention can prevent significant complications down the line. One of the most common and often overlooked signs is excessive thirst and frequent urination. You might find yourself constantly reaching for water, feeling parched even after drinking, and then, consequently, needing to use the restroom much more often than usual, especially at night. This isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's your body trying to tell you something important. When your blood sugar levels are too high, your kidneys, which are amazing filters, try to remove the excess sugar from your blood. They do this by diluting it with water, drawing fluid from your tissues. This process leads to increased urine production, which in turn makes you feel dehydrated and incredibly thirsty. It's a vicious cycle. Imagine a time when you might have had too much sugar in your diet for a sustained period, perhaps during a holiday season, or a period of intense stress where your eating habits weren't ideal. You might have noticed yourself feeling unusually thirsty, grabbing a soda or a sugary drink to quench it, which of course only exacerbates the problem. The consequences of ignoring this can be severe. Persistent dehydration can strain your kidneys, and the continuous high sugar levels can damage them over time, potentially leading to kidney disease. Furthermore, the constant need to urinate can disrupt sleep, leading to fatigue and further impacting your overall well-being. This symptom, while seemingly benign, is a crucial red flag that your body is struggling to manage its glucose load. Another significant sign that your blood sugar might be elevated is unexplained weight loss or weight gain, particularly around the midsection. Now, This might sound contradictory, but both can be indicators of dysregulated blood sugar. Let's first talk about unexplained weight loss. For individuals with very high blood sugar, particularly in undiagnosed or poorly managed type 1 diabetes, the body isn't able to use glucose for energy because there isn't enough insulin, or any at all, to get the sugar into the cells. As a result, the body starts breaking down fat and muscle for energy, leading to unintentional and sometimes rapid weight loss, even if you're eating normally or even more than usual. It's a desperate attempt by the body to find fuel. I remember a story from a friend whose cousin, a young, active man, started losing weight dramatically despite eating what seemed like a normal amount. His family attributed it to stress or increased activity, but it turned out his blood sugar was dangerously high. On the flip side, many people with insulin resistance or pre-diabetes experience weight gain, particularly around the abdomen. This is because when your cells become resistant to insulin, your pancreas works overtime producing more and more insulin to try and get that sugar into the cells. High insulin levels promote fat storage, especially in the abdominal area, often referred to as visceral fat, which is particularly harmful because it wraps around your internal organs and is metabolically active, contributing to further insulin resistance and inflammation. So, you might be eating a seemingly healthy diet, exercising, but still find it incredibly difficult to shed those extra pounds, especially from your belly. This persistent abdominal fat, even if your overall weight isn't severely high, is a strong indicator of metabolic dysfunction and insulin resistance. Ignoring these weight changes can lead to a vicious cycle. The more weight, especially visceral fat, you gain, the more insulin resistant you become, which then makes it even harder to lose weight, increasing your risk for type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and other chronic conditions. A third critical sign to be aware of is increased hunger, even after eating, coupled with persistent fatigue and low energy. This one is incredibly frustrating because it feels like your body is constantly demanding more fuel, yet you never feel truly energized. The reason behind this is fascinating and directly related to how your body uses glucose. When your blood sugar is high but your cells aren't able to absorb it efficiently, due to insulin resistance or lack of insulin, your cells are essentially starving for energy, even though there's plenty of sugar in your bloodstream. Your brain gets signals that your cells need fuel, prompting intense hunger signals, even right after you've eaten a meal. It's like having a full tank of gas in your car, but the engine can't access it. So, you feel hungry again, you eat more, which often leads to another spike in blood sugar, and the cycle continues. Simultaneously, because your cells aren't getting the energy they need, you experience persistent fatigue, lethargy, and a general lack of stamina. This isn't just a feeling of being tired, it's a deep, pervasive exhaustion that isn't relieved by rest. Imagine someone who consistently eats a large breakfast, feels a surge of energy for a short while, and then crashes mid-morning, reaching for coffee or another sugary snack to get through the slump. They might then have a substantial lunch, only to feel sleepy and sluggish in the afternoon, needing a nap or more caffeine. This roller coaster of energy highs and lows, driven by blood sugar spikes and crashes, can severely impact productivity, mood, and overall enjoyment of life. The long-term consequence of this unaddressed cycle is chronic inflammation, increased oxidative stress, and a higher risk for burnout and mental health issues, not to mention the direct damage to blood vessels and organs from sustained high glucose levels. Your body is constantly trying to compensate, and that effort takes a toll. Another clear indicator that your blood sugar might be out of whack is blurred vision or changes in eyesight. This can be a particularly alarming symptom, and for good reason. High blood sugar can affect the small blood vessels in your eyes, causing fluid to shift into and out of the lenses of your eyes, leading to temporary blurring. This isn't usually permanent damage at first, but it's a warning sign. The lens of your eye needs to bend light properly to focus, and when its shape is altered by fluid shifts due to fluctuating glucose levels, your vision becomes blurry. Sometimes, people initially think they just need new glasses, but if the blurriness comes and goes, especially in relation to meals or periods of stress, it could be a sign of blood sugar issues. Consider someone who suddenly finds it hard to read fine print or sees halos around lights, and this vision problem seems to fluctuate day by day. If they go to an optometrist and their prescription hasn't changed drastically, it might be worth investigating their blood sugar. The serious long-term consequence of unmanaged high blood sugar on vision is diabetic retinopathy, a condition where the blood vessels in the retina are damaged. This can lead to severe vision loss, and even blindness if not addressed. Early detection of fluctuating blurry vision can prompt necessary lifestyle changes or medical intervention before permanent damage occurs. It's a powerful reminder that high blood sugar impacts every system in your body, from the largest organs to the tiniest capillaries in your eyes. Finally, let's talk about slow, healing sores or frequent infections, especially skin infections, yeast infections, or urinary tract infections. This is a very important sign that your immune system might be compromised by high blood sugar. Elevated glucose levels in the blood create an environment where bacteria and yeast thrive. Sugar acts as a fuel source for these pathogens. Additionally, high blood sugar can impair the function of your white blood cells, which are your body's immune defenders, making it harder for your body to fight off infections. So, you might notice that a simple cut or scrape takes an unusually long time to heal, or that you're getting recurrent infections that you never used to experience. For instance, a small cut on your foot might linger for weeks, looking red and inflamed, or you might find yourself battling recurring yeast infections without a clear explanation. This is particularly concerning because slow healing wounds, especially on the feet, can escalate into serious complications like ulcers and even amputations if they become infected and don't heal properly. The body's ability to repair itself is significantly hampered when blood sugar is consistently high. This symptom underscores the systemic impact of dysregulated glucose on your body's most fundamental protective mechanisms. It's not just about energy or vision. It's about your body's very ability to defend itself and heal. If you're experiencing any of these signs, persistent thirst and frequent urination, unexplained weight changes, constant hunger and fatigue, blurry vision, or slow, healing wounds and frequent infections, it's crucial to consult with your doctor. These aren't just minor inconveniences. They are your body's way of signaling that something significant is amiss with your blood sugar regulation. Now that we've discussed some of the critical signs and symptoms that your blood sugar might be out of balance, let's shift our focus to the exciting part: solutions and practical advice. We're going to dive into that 2-minute trick before meals that can help lower your blood sugar instantly, but also explore broader lifestyle changes that can create sustainable improvements in your metabolic health. This isn't just about a quick fix. It's about empowering you with knowledge and actionable steps to take control of your well-being. So, what is this incredible 2-minute trick? It's remarkably simple, yet profoundly effective. Consuming a small amount of apple cider vinegar, a CV, diluted in water right before your meal. Yes, that's it. Just 2 minutes before you eat, mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar into a glass of water and drink it down. Now, you might be wondering, how can something so simple have such a significant impact? The science behind it is quite compelling. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, which is believed to work in several ways to help manage blood sugar. Firstly, it helps to slow down the rate at which carbohydrates are broken down into sugar and absorbed into your bloodstream. Think of it like a gentle brake on your digestive system. When you consume carbohydrates, they are broken down into glucose, which then enters your bloodstream. If this process happens too quickly, you get a sharp spike in blood sugar. Acetic acid helps to reduce the activity of certain enzymes in the gut, like amylase, which are responsible for breaking down starches. By slowing this down, the glucose enters your bloodstream more gradually, leading to a much lower and more stable blood sugar response after eating. Secondly, and perhaps even more importantly, apple cider vinegar can improve insulin sensitivity. Insulin is the hormone that helps move glucose from your blood into your cells for energy. When your cells become resistant to insulin, more and more insulin is needed to do the same job, leading to higher blood sugar levels. Acetic acid helps your cells become more receptive to insulin, meaning your body can use glucose more efficiently. This is a huge benefit, especially for those with insulin resistance or pre-diabetes. Imagine your cells are like houses with locked doors, and insulin is the key. In insulin resistance, the locks are rusty. ACV acts like a lubricant, making the key work better, allowing glucose to enter the cells more easily. Thirdly, ACV may also help to reduce glucose production by the liver. The liver plays a crucial role in blood sugar regulation, producing glucose when needed and storing it as glycogen. Research suggests that acetic acid can influence these processes in a way that helps to keep blood sugar levels in check. The effects are often quite rapid. Studies have shown that consuming ACV before a meal can reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by a significant percentage, sometimes by as much as 20% to 34%, depending on the meal and individual. This isn't just a minor fluctuation, it's a substantial difference that, over time, can lead to much better overall blood sugar control and reduce the cumulative damage caused by persistent high glucose levels. Now, some important notes when applying this trick: always dilute the apple cider vinegar in water. Drinking it straight can be harsh on your tooth enamel and esophagus due to its acidity. A good ratio is 1 to 2 tablespoons in 8 ounces, about 240 ml of water. Start with a smaller amount, perhaps 1 tablespoon, and see how your body responds before increasing. It's best to consume it about 5–10 minutes before your meal. This gives the acetic acid a chance to start working in your digestive system. If you find the taste too strong, you can add a squeeze of lemon or a tiny bit of stevia to make it more palatable. But avoid adding sugar or honey, as that would defeat the purpose. For most people, it's safe to use daily, but if you have any underlying medical conditions, especially digestive issues like acid reflux or gastritis, or if you are on any medications, particularly diuretics or insulin, it's absolutely crucial to consult your doctor before incorporating ACV into your routine. While this is a natural remedy, it can interact with certain medications or worsen some conditions. It's always best to be safe and get personalized medical advice. This 2-minute trick is a powerful tool, but it's important to remember that it's part of a larger strategy for blood sugar management. It's not a license to eat whatever you want. It's a supportive measure that can enhance the benefits of a healthy lifestyle. Beyond the immediate impact of the apple cider vinegar trick, sustainable blood sugar management requires a holistic approach that integrates thoughtful lifestyle changes, dietary adjustments, regular exercise, and consistent health check-ups. These pillars work synergistically to create a robust foundation for metabolic health, helping your body regulate glucose more efficiently in the long term, reducing your reliance on quick fixes, and preventing the progression of blood sugar issues. Let's start with dietary changes, which are arguably the most impactful. The core principle here is to focus on whole, unprocessed foods and to be mindful of your carbohydrate intake, particularly refined carbohydrates and added sugars. Think about reducing your consumption of white bread, pasta, sugary drinks, pastries, and processed snacks. These foods cause rapid spikes in blood sugar because they are quickly broken down into glucose. Instead, prioritize complex carbohydrates found in whole grains like oats, quinoa, brown rice, and legumes, lentils. These contain fiber, which slows down glucose absorption and helps keep blood sugar levels more stable. Imagine the difference between eating a bowl of sugary cereal, which provides an immediate sugar rush followed by a crash, versus a bowl of steel-cut oats with berries and nuts, which offers sustained energy and a gentler rise in blood sugar. Crucially, incorporate plenty of non-starchy vegetables like leafy greens, broccoli, bell peppers, and cucumbers into every meal. These are rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, and have a minimal impact on blood sugar. Fiber is your best friend when it comes to blood sugar control. It slows digestion, helps you feel full, and can even reduce the absorption of some glucose. Think about filling half your plate with colorful vegetables at every meal. This simple visual cue can make a huge difference. Next, prioritize lean proteins and healthy fats. Proteins, such as chicken, fish, eggs, tofu, and legumes, help to stabilize blood sugar by slowing down digestion and providing sustained energy. They also help with satiety, preventing overeating. Healthy fats, found in avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil, also contribute to satiety and don't directly raise blood sugar. They can also improve insulin sensitivity over time. Consider a typical meal instead of just a large serving of pasta. Balance it with a serving of grilled salmon or chicken and a generous side of roasted vegetables drizzled with olive oil. This balanced approach ensures that your blood sugar rises more gradually and stays stable for longer. A practical tip for home use is to sequence your meals. Try to eat your non-starchy vegetables and protein first, before consuming your carbohydrates. Studies suggest that this simple act can significantly reduce post-meal glucose excursions. For example, if you're having a meal with chicken, broccoli, and rice, eat the chicken and broccoli first, then move on to the rice. This allows the fiber and protein to create a buffer in your digestive system, slowing down the absorption of glucose from the carbohydrates. This is a very easy and effective strategy to implement immediately. Another important dietary consideration is meal timing and frequency. While some people benefit from 3 square meals a day, others might find smaller, more frequent meals helpful in maintaining stable blood sugar. The key is to avoid long periods of fasting followed by large, heavy meals, which can lead to significant blood sugar swings. Listen to your body and find what works best for you, always prioritizing balanced meals. Avoiding late-night eating, especially of sugary or high-carb foods, can also be beneficial as your body's insulin sensitivity tends to decrease in the evening. Moving on from diet, regular physical activity is another cornerstone of effective blood sugar management. You don't need to become an elite athlete to reap the benefits. consistency and variety are key. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate, intensity aerobic exercise per week, along with 2 or more days of strength training. Aerobic exercise such as brisk walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, or dancing makes your muscles more sensitive to insulin, allowing them to absorb more glucose from your blood for energy. Even a short 10-15-minute walk after meals can make a significant difference in lowering post-meal blood sugar spikes. Imagine having a big dinner and then feeling that familiar post-meal slump. Instead of sitting down immediately, take a leisurely stroll around the block. You'll not only help manage your blood sugar, but also aid digestion and boost your mood. This is an incredibly simple yet powerful habit to incorporate into your daily routine. Many people find that a short walk after lunch and dinner is a manageable way to integrate more movement. Strength training or resistance exercise is equally important. When you build muscle, you increase the number of places where your body can store glucose, effectively giving your body more storage tanks for sugar. More muscle mass means your body is better equipped to handle glucose, even at rest. This doesn't mean you need to lift heavy weights. Bodyweight exercises like squats, lunges, push-ups, or using resistance bands are highly effective. You could do a quick 15-20 minute strength routine at home, 2 or 3 times a week. The combination of aerobic activity and strength training is particularly potent for improving insulin sensitivity and overall metabolic health. The key to exercise is finding activities you enjoy, so you're more likely to stick with them. If you hate running, don't force yourself to run. Try dancing, hiking, cycling, or joining a recreational sports team. The goal is consistent movement throughout your day, not just structured workouts. Break up long periods of sitting by standing up, stretching, or taking short walks every 30-60 minutes. Even these activity snacks can contribute to better blood sugar control. When you're consistent with exercise, you'll notice not just better blood sugar numbers, but also increased energy, improved mood, better sleep, and reduced stress, all of which indirectly support blood sugar regulation. Beyond diet and exercise, stress management and adequate sleep play surprisingly significant roles in blood sugar control. Many people underestimate how much these factors can impact their metabolic health. When you're under stress, whether it's acute stress from a deadline or chronic stress from ongoing life challenges, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are part of your body's fight or flight response, and one of their functions is to raise blood sugar, providing quick energy for an perceived emergency. While this is helpful in a true crisis, chronic elevation of these hormones due to ongoing stress can lead to chronically elevated blood sugar and insulin resistance. Imagine someone constantly stressed about work, barely sleeping, and feeling overwhelmed. Their body is perpetually in a state of alarm, pumping out cortisol, which then pushes their blood sugar up. Over time, this makes it incredibly difficult for their body to manage glucose effectively, even if their diet is otherwise decent. Therefore, finding effective ways to manage stress is vital. This could include practicing mindfulness or meditation, engaging in hobbies you enjoy, spending time in nature, connecting with loved ones, deep breathing exercises, or even just taking a few moments of quiet reflection each day. What helps one person de-stress might not work for another, so it's about finding your personal strategies. Even just 10-15 minutes of dedicated relaxation each day can make a difference. Think of it as actively lowering your internal stress thermostat. Similarly, sleep deprivation is a major disruptor of blood sugar regulation. When you don't get enough quality sleep, your body's insulin sensitivity decreases, and your stress hormone levels tend to rise. This means your body needs more insulin to process the same amount of glucose, and you're more likely to experience higher blood sugar levels, especially in the morning. A single night of poor sleep can already impair your body's ability to regulate blood sugar. Imagine trying to function on only 4 or 5 hours of sleep regularly. You're likely craving more sugary foods for quick energy. Your metabolism is sluggish, and your body is less efficient at moving glucose into your cells. Aim for 7-9 hours of quality sleep per night. This involves establishing a consistent sleep schedule, creating a relaxing bedtime routine, ensuring your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool, and avoiding screens before bed. Prioritizing sleep is not a luxury, it's a fundamental necessity for metabolic health. It's during sleep that your body repairs and regulates itself, including its hormonal balance, which is crucial for blood sugar control. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, is the role of regular health check-ups and monitoring. This is where you gain objective insights into your progress and can make informed decisions with your healthcare provider. Don't wait until you experience severe symptoms. Proactive monitoring is key, especially if you have a family history of diabetes or any of the risk factors we discussed. Regular check-ups typically involve blood tests to measure your fasting blood sugar, and crucially, your HbA1c glycated hemoglobin level. Fasting blood sugar gives you a snapshot of your glucose levels after an overnight fast. HbA1c, on the other hand, provides a longer-term picture, reflecting your average blood sugar levels over the past 2 to 3 months. This is an incredibly valuable test because it shows how well your blood sugar has been controlled over a sustained period, rather than just at one point in time. Your doctor will interpret these results and can determine if you are pre-diabetic, diabetic, or if your levels are within a healthy range. If you are pre-diabetic or diabetic, your doctor might recommend more frequent monitoring, possibly even suggesting a home blood glucose meter. Learning how to use a glucose meter to check your blood sugar before and after meals can be incredibly empowering. It provides immediate feedback on how different foods and activities affect your individual blood sugar response. For example, you might discover that a certain type of pasta causes a much higher spike for you than whole grain bread, or that a 15-minute walk after dinner significantly blunts your post-meal rise. This real-time information allows you to make precise adjustments to your diet and lifestyle, optimizing your blood sugar management. It turns abstract advice into tangible results you can see. Beyond blood sugar, your doctor will also likely monitor other important health markers, such as your blood pressure and cholesterol levels, as these are often interconnected with blood sugar dysregulation and metabolic health. High blood sugar can contribute to high blood pressure and unhealthy cholesterol levels, further increasing your risk for heart disease. Regular check-ups allow your healthcare provider to identify these interconnected issues early and provide comprehensive guidance. It's also important to discuss any new symptoms or concerns with your doctor, no matter how minor they seem. As we discussed earlier, subtle signs like persistent thirst, fatigue, or slow healing wounds can be early indicators of blood sugar problems. Your doctor is your partner in this journey, and open communication is essential. Don't hesitate to ask questions, express concerns, or seek clarification on any advice given. Finally, remember that managing blood sugar is an ongoing process, not a one-time fix. There will be good days and challenging days. The key is consistency, patience, and a willingness to learn and adapt. Celebrate your successes, learn from any setbacks, and stay committed to your health goals. The impact of taking control of your blood sugar extends far beyond just numbers on a lab report. It translates into more energy, better mood, reduced risk of chronic diseases, and a significantly improved quality of life. In conclusion, what we've explored today goes far beyond a simple trick. It's about empowering you with knowledge and actionable strategies to reclaim and revitalize your health. The 2-minute apple cider vinegar trick before meals is a powerful, immediate tool that can significantly lower post-meal blood sugar spikes by slowing carbohydrate absorption and improving insulin sensitivity. Imagine the cumulative positive effect of consistently applying this simple habit. But while it's a fantastic immediate aid, its true power is unlocked when combined with a holistic approach to your well-being. The significance of early recognition of the signs and symptoms of blood sugar imbalance cannot be overstated. Recognizing persistent thirst and frequent urination, unexplained weight changes, constant hunger and fatigue, blurry vision, or slow healing wounds are not just minor discomforts, they are critical messages from your body urging you to pay attention. Ignoring these signals can lead to a cascade of serious long-term complications, from heart disease and nerve damage to kidney failure and vision loss. Your body is incredibly resilient, but it also provides warnings, and heeding those warnings is the first step towards proactive health protection. By embracing lifestyle changes such as prioritizing whole, unprocessed foods, focusing on fiber, lean proteins, and healthy fats, and consciously sequencing your meals, you can fundamentally transform how your body processes glucose. Integrating regular physical activity, a combination of aerobic exercise and strength training, makes your cells more receptive to insulin and helps your muscles become efficient glucose sponges. And don't underestimate the profound impact of managing stress and getting sufficient, restorative sleep. These often overlooked factors are critical for hormonal balance and overall metabolic resilience. Finally, regular health check-ups and proactive monitoring empower you to track your progress, understand your body's unique responses, and make informed decisions in partnership with your healthcare provider. Our message at Body Revival is always one of empowerment and inspiration. You have the power to protect your health, to reverse the tide of chronic disease, and to transform your daily energy and vitality. It's about making conscious choices, one meal, one walk, one night of good sleep at a time. Every small, Consistent effort compounds over time, leading to monumental improvements. Don't wait for a diagnosis, be proactive. Don't feel overwhelmed, start small. The journey to optimal health is a marathon, not a sprint, but every step forward is a victory. Embrace these practical strategies, experiment to find what works best for your unique body, and commit to nurturing your metabolic health. Thank you so much for watching the entire video and investing this time in your health. We genuinely appreciate your dedication to becoming the healthiest version of yourself. Remember to subscribe to the Body Revival channel if you haven't already, and turn on those notification bells so you don't miss our next valuable videos on health and wellness topics. We're committed to bringing you more actionable insights that can truly transform your life. We wish you vibrant health and look forward to seeing you again in our next video.